What is going on, guys? Your boy Gamers going here. Today we are going to go over the Royal Rumble, and I already know you are looking at the thumbnail of this very video, and you're seeing the Rated R Superstar. Yeah, Edge. We'll talk about Edge later on, but I just wanted to let you know that you definitely tuned in to the right guy if you want to hear more about Edge. All right, so the Royal Rumble, we'll discuss it. I'm not going to make a prior statement on whether or not I found it enjoyable or not because, well, the Royal Rumble had its ups and its downs. So let's start it off with Sheamus and Shorty G. This match went 12 minutes. All this really was a showcase match for Sheamus. Let you get reaccustomed to what he can do. It's just bringing Sheamus back in and showing you, hey, this guy still's got it. He's still able to go out there and do some things, and he's not that bad of a guy when it comes to, hey, you want to put the guy on, if you want the guy to have the brand on his back, he might be able to do it. Like I said in my prediction video, I don't think he is a world champion at this point. But Sheamus is back. He had a decent little match with Shorty G. There wasn't really much here. Shorty G obviously made you think he was going to win it for a little bit, but I think we all knew the one ending of that match that was going to be prominent, and that was going to end with a brogue kick from Sheamus onto Shorty G, and that's exactly how Sheamus won the match. All right, that was the first match on the pre-show. Now the second match on the pre-show was Andrade versus Humberto Carrillo. This was for the United States Championship. This match went 14 minutes. I gotta say, man, I like Carrillo in the ring, but he has no character. I think everybody can agree with me there. He does not have a character. The crowd absolutely did not care about this match one bit, which I feel bad for both guys because I know they're both good wrestlers, but nobody in the crowd cared. When Carrillo came out, nobody reacted to him. But once again, he doesn't have a definite character to build off of. So you're not gonna react for somebody. Hey, let's put all this guy out there. If he doesn't have a personality, what's the reason for trying to root for a guy like Humberto? I do like him in the ring, but he's got a long ways to go when it comes with character work and all that stuff. The match ended. It was a pretty simple ending. Just a small package by Andrade, something typical for a heel to do. Pick up the small package, lock the hands. 1, 2, 3. Carrillo was in shock. I'm going to imagine that we are going to have to see this happen again since it did end in a small package, and I think the end result is going to be Carrillo winning the championship. But at this point, I'm not sure if it's going to matter because to me, Carrillo, his character's dead. He doesn't have much going for him. Not a lot of people know him. Not a lot of people are really that invested in Carrillo. I think you got to do something with Carrillo where you build this guy up, and I don't know how you do it because obviously he is from that luchador style. He could be like an Andrade. He could be a cocky guy if you want, like Angel Garza is. I don't know how you get Carrillo over. I really don't. But I think that if we are going to continue to see Carrillo on television, we're going to definitely need to put a character on this guy. Because right now, he ain't getting any sort of reaction. And even though I like him in the ring, if you're going in the match and you're not getting any sort of reaction, boos, cheers, whatever, the match ain't going to be that interesting. Sorry, but the match was not that fun because the crowd was not invested. I'm not saying anything against either guys. They're both great in my opinion, but that's just how it is. Andrade, as I said, won the match, so there that is. Next, we actually started off the Royal Rumble with the match I assumed probably would start the Royal Rumble off. The main show off, at least, not the Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns versus Baron Corbin in the Falls Count Anywhere match. This match lasted 21 minutes. It's basically all you could expect. The match started on the outside of the ring. King Corbin was coming down in his king's chair. Roman comes out, starts attacking the people that were carrying Corbin down to the ring. Then he attacks Corbin. This goes all over the place, all over Minute Maid Park, man. we have Roman throw Baron Corbin into the porta potties, which was pretty. I liked it. I would have much rather liked it if the porta potties actually had liquid in them, because I did notice that after he pushed Baron Corbin over, that Baron Corbin rolls out of the porta potty. He's not wet. He doesn't have pee on him. He doesn't have crap on him. He doesn't have the blue water from the. I would really have liked it to at least have the blue water, or make it look wet on Corbin, make it look like he actually getting pushed over. He got all this liquid on him from the porta potty. I do know that the porta potty was most likely a planted porta potty, so nobody was actually using it. But it'd be nice to pay attention to details and at least have liquid on Baron Corbin, so it looked more realistic, in my opinion. But that was a cool little moment. Then they went out to center field. At center field, you had Roman Reigns spear Baron Corbin on top of the dugout. That was actually a pretty cool visual. I'm not even gonna lie. Seeing him spear Baron Corbin on top of the Astros dugout, that was kind of nice. I did like how they incorporated the idea of it being a baseball stadium into the overall match, which was actually pretty nice. At the end of the day, Roman ended up winning. Did the match speak to you as something spectacular? Possibly not. Probably not. It was a decent little match. It was good for what it was. It built up the rest of the show. I think that was a better match to start off the show than whatever else we had on the show. Because you're not going to start with the Rumble, obviously, but I did appreciate what they did. I did think that was one of the better matches of the night that weren't the Rumble, so they have that going for them. Next, we have the Women's Rumble, and on the Women's Rumble here, I actually have the list pulled up to the side, so you're seeing me, but I'm actually on my computer looking at this right now. The first entrant of the Royal Rumble was Alexa Bliss. The second entrant was Bianca Belair. So, obviously, we're seeing the SmackDown gimmick, or the SmackDown versus NXT rivalry here. Next one that came in was Mighty Molly. Molly frickin' Holly, man. Molly Holly wasted a spot in this Royal Rumble. I did not appreciate that. I tweeted out, I was like, really? We're getting Molly Holly. We got girls like Ruby Riott out there. We have Ronda Rousey still in weight. We got the girls in NXT. We have, Io's hurt. But we have, I think Sasha's hurt now too, honestly. But we have all these other. What are we doing, man? What are we doing? Come on. I know you can find a role for a Deonna Purrazzo in this Rumble. Does Mighty Molly really need to be in this Royal Rumble? Did she add to anything? She didn't get an elimination, so she actually was. She was the third one eliminated. Okay, so I don't want. I'll go in order on how they're eliminated. So we're not going to talk about Mighty Molly just yet. Next entrant was Nikki Cross. Obviously, Nikki Cross from SmackDown as well. And then we had Alana come in. Alana was actually the first elimination of this Rumble. Then we had Mercedes Martinez come in from NXT. The next one was the woman that eliminated Alana, which I think we all could have guessed, was Liv Morgan coming in at number 7. Liv Morgan ended up getting eliminated by Lana, because Lana obviously getting a little salty that Liv Morgan eliminated her, helps get the assist, and Liv Morgan is out of the Rumble. And then Mighty Molly gets eliminated by Bianca Belair. So, there you go. There's the first 3 eliminations. Next, we had Mandy Rose out of SmackDown come on in. She was not the next person eliminated. Then we had Candice LeRae out of NXT come in. I was excited to see Candice there. I really was. Sonya Deville then came in. And she had a decent little showing. But Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville they eliminated Mercedes Martinez. Sorry, this is real hard to keep up with. So there's that. And then that was the 4th elimination. Then Bianca eliminated Nikki Cross. Then Bianca also eliminates Mandy and Sonya fairly quickly. And on top of that, then she eliminates Candice LeRae. So there is a quick bunch of eliminations for Bianca Belair, who, by the way, looked phenomenal in this match. She was probably up there in the MVPs for this match, so props to Bianca Belair. Next, we had Kairi Sane come on in. She got eliminated by Alexa Bliss. She was the next elimination after Candice LeRae. Then we had Mia Yim out of NXT come on in. So there's another NXT girl in there. Then we had Dana Brooke. She came on in. Then we had Tamina come in, and once again, we're seriously wasting a spot for Tamina out of all people. Really, people? We're giving Tamina a spot. Really? You couldn't have spent that spot any better. You couldn't have got anybody else instead of Tamina. That's ridiculous. But Tamina ended up getting eliminated by Bianca Belair. And then after that, Mia Yim ended up getting eliminated by Alexa Bliss. So, there you go with those. Then Dakota Kai comes in. Dakota Kai doesn't last long. She's eliminated by the next woman that comes on in, being Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green then gets eliminated by Alexa Bliss. Chelsea Green was only in there for 12 seconds. She was the shortest time in the Rumble on the show. Then we had Charlotte Flair come on in out of Raw. Actually, my bad. Before Charlotte Flair came on in, we had Dana Brooke getting eliminated by Bianca Belair. And then after that, Bianca Belair eliminated Alexa Bliss. And then Charlotte comes on in. And what is the first thing Charlotte Flair does? You have somebody out here stealing the show. You have Bianca Belair, a fan favorite at this point, have an MVP caliber show. What happens? Charlotte Flair comes and eliminates Bianca Belair. So there you go. Next, we had Naomi come on in. Then we had Beth Phoenix come on in. Then we had Toni Storm come on in. Then we had Kelly Kelly. Really? Kelly Kelly made the Rumble. Let's think about that real quick. Why are we letting Kelly Kelly in the Rumble? And then on top of that, you had pretty good wrestlers like Toni Storm selling for Kelly Kelly, out of all people. Not the best look. Then we had Sarah Logan come on in. You know who got her elimination. Charlotte Flair. Then Charlotte got out Kelly Kelly. Then we had Xia Li. Right, no, we did not have Xia Li. My bad. I jumped a couple spots. Then we had Sarah Logan, which I said Charlotte. Then we had Natalya. Then we had Xia Li. So now Xia Li out of NXT. Then we had Zelina Vega out of Raw, obviously. Then we had Shotzi Blackheart. Now, I did not know who this woman was. I still am not very familiar with Shotzi Blackheart. All I know is she has the bright green hair, and she wasn't too horrible. She didn't last very long, but... Next, we had Carmella out of SmackDown. Then we had Tegan Nox. I was excited to see Tegan Nox. Then we had Santina Marella, 19. Number 19 is when he's the 19th person eliminated. He lasted a minute and 1 second. He eliminated himself, or herself. It's ridiculous. That was an absolute waste of a spot. I don't know why they did that. Then Xia Li got eliminated. And then we had Tegan Nox get eliminated. Then Zelina Vega got eliminated. And then Shotzi Blackheart got eliminated. Then Carmella got eliminated. And then Toni Storm got eliminated. And then we had... Who else got eliminated? Who was the 26th person eliminated? I can't find it. Then Naomi got eliminated. And then Natalya got eliminated by Beth Phoenix. And then Beth Phoenix got eliminated. And you want to know who did all these eliminations? The number 30th woman, the woman I picked to win this entire thing, Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler was in there last two with Charlotte Flair. And what do you think they're going to do? Are they going to give it to the young Shayna Baszler? Are they going to give it to make a new star? Shayna versus Becky. Can you see it at Mania? I certainly can. Or are they going to give it to Charlotte, their golden child herself? What do you think they do? They give it to Charlotte Flair, of all people. They don't make new stars. They don't do any of that. They give it to Old Reliable, which, that made me angry. It was ridiculous. You could have had any one of these women win this match outside of maybe Kelly, Santina, possibly a Natalya, a Dana Brooke, a Tamina, and Alana and a Liv Morgan, and Mighty Molly. You had any one of them win the match, and you chose Charlotte Flair instead of Shayna Baszler, Toni Storm. You had a chance to give Naomi a spotlight. You could have gave Kairi Sane a spotlight. You could have gave Sonya Deville the spotlight. Mercedes Martinez the spotlight. One of these women that actually don't get the spotlight. And who do you give? The one that always gets the spotlight. She will find her way into WrestleMania either way. Whether she wins the Rumble or whether she doesn't win the Rumble, she's going to have a high-profile match at WrestleMania. Why? Because she's Charlotte Flair. Why did she win the Rumble? Because she's Charlotte Flair. I'd much rather have seen Shayna win, Bianca win, any of these other women that deserve it a little bit more, because Charlotte's going to be there. Shayna Baszler doesn't necessarily have a ticket to WrestleMania. This could have easily been that ticket. Trust me. Even if Shayna was to win, Charlotte Flair is pretty much booked at WrestleMania. The only thing they need to figure out to do is which title she's chasing. Because it's not hard to write Charlotte Flair into a story. It's really not. We've seen it before. Hey, I'm Charlotte Flair. I should be in the match. And you know what? Let's sign it. She's in the match. Shayna Baszler doesn't necessarily have that yet. She's coming. She might be coming up to the main roster. So, did I like the way that went? Absolutely not. It was not a. After this, I almost lost it. It was not good. Next, we had a really weird combination here. We had Bayley versus Lacey right after the Women's Rumble. I did not like that at all. We had a 9-minute match here. It wasn't very good. There wasn't anything spectacular, but what do you expect? It's coming off of a very disappointing Royal Rumble outcome. The match in the Royal Rumble itself was good, but the outcome of the Royal Rumble is what made the match sour itself. That's ridiculous that Charlotte ends up eliminating Shayna Baszler after Shayna's been there for less than 5 minutes, and Shayna is out here eliminating 8 people. That's ridiculous to have Charlotte Flair just easily eliminate Shayna Baszler. It's absolutely ridiculous. But we might as well talk about the Bayley match now. I don't know who these people are that are saying Lacey Evans is over and this is a good feud. That crowd did not give a single crap about this match. Nobody cared. Nobody even wanted to react. It was coming off a very disappointing Rumble, so it might not have been the best spot. But that's why nobody's going to care about this match after such a disappointing end to the last match. There's not going to be a single person that's going to look at the women's division, especially SmackDown's women's division, where you have Lacey Evans in the main event. Now, granted, I did think Lacey Evans was going to win. She did not. That might have just spoiled the rest for you, but she did not win. But is anybody going to really care now? Because we all know. Maybe if it's Shayna Baszler, who does Shayna Baszler want to go after? Does she want to go after Bayley? Does she want to go after Becky? No, we all know where Charlotte's going. She's going after Becky. Shayna Baszler. Maybe Asuka wins later in the night. It's basically up for interpretation of where Shayna Baszler's going to go. But Charlotte, we all know where she's going. She's going to go fight her friend. She's going to go fight Becky Lynch. Because she knows that Becky Lynch is going to be the one to get the hype up at WrestleMania. Now, obviously, that's not going to be the case. She's not going to come out and say, hey, that's the reason I'm fighting you. But that's the reason they're booking it. Because a lot of people are going to be excited about it for absolutely no reason. We've seen it before. We saw it at last year's Mania. We don't need to see another one again. But that's why this match was so important. The Rumble was so important. And that was not just... I'm speaking about the Bayley match. The Rumble match wasn't important just for it being the Rumble. The Rumble match is also important for this match because it sets up this match. And it let it down. Bayley and Lacey, not a single fan cared. Nobody wanted to even see this match, really. And at the end of the day, it just didn't turn out to be that great. There's people saying it was a good match. That might be the case, but it wasn't very fun. It was boring. I didn't enjoy it. Bayley ended up winning the match. Next, we had Bray Wyatt versus Daniel Bryan, and this is where things finally turned around after that disappointing Women's Royal Rumble. This one went for 17 minutes. This was a good match. It was the Universal Championship strap match. We haven't seen a strap match in quite some time. It was more of a brutal side of the match side. You get Bray Wyatt using the strap as a belt, just smacking Daniel Bryan on the back, beating him, leaving welts all over the back of Daniel Bryan. It was a great visual. Props to Daniel Bryan for taking it. Daniel had obviously those spurts where he'd hit a running knee and he had a chance to beat the Fiend, but at the end of the night, you get the mandible claw, and there's no escaping. Mandible claw is what ends Daniel Bryan in the end game here. So, at this point, I don't know if Daniel Bryan's going to get another chance at Bray Wyatt. I really don't, but this was a fun match. I really did like the visual of Bray Wyatt smacking him with the belt, or the strap. That was amazing. Next, we have Becky versus Asuka. Now, this match, it was a 16-minute match. Wasn't anything too special, but I will say it was the best booked women's match on the show. No, I'm not saying that it was better in terms of in-ring quality than the Rumble. I'm just saying booked match. Match in general. That means the result, the how the in-ring work, everything put together. That's what I'm saying. It was okay, but that's not a big accomplishment because the Women's Royal Rumble had a horrible outcome, and then we had Lacey versus Bayley, which was absolutely just a snooze fest. So they didn't have much to live up to in terms of women's matches here, but it was by far the best women's match on the show. The best part of the match was near the ending. Asuka goes to push Becky Lynch into the ref so she can get the green mist into her mouth and spit it at Becky. Becky turns around, kicks Asuka. Asuka spits the mist up in the air, lands back in her face. She ends up in a disarmor. She ends up losing to Becky, and the mist finally backfires on Asuka. So I thought that was a great visual. I think that was a really good set out booking. I really do think that was phenomenal. So props to them for doing that. Next, we had the Men's Rumble. Now, I will say this match was excruciatingly long at the beginning. Obviously, if you guys watch the show, you know what happened. Brock Lesnar comes out first. Then Elias comes on out. Elias, first guy out, he lasts a minute. Eric Rowan comes in. I'm thinking, hey, maybe he has a chance. He's the next guy out, 8 seconds. Robert Roode comes on out. He lasts 41 seconds. John Morrison comes out. He lasts 9 seconds. Kofi comes out, and he lasts the longest with Brock Lesnar, actually. He comes out, and he lasts 5 minutes. But Rey Mysterio comes on out. He lasts 2 minutes. Big E comes on out. He lasts 53 seconds. So, the three, Kofi, Rey, and Big E, started teaming up on Brock, and then Brock ended up eliminating one by one. Rey, Big E, then Kofi in that order. Then Cesaro came out. He lasted 18 seconds. You had Shelton Benjamin come out. He lasted 37 seconds. You had Shinsuke come out. He lasted 20 seconds. You had MVP make his return. He lasted a whopping 24 seconds. Then you had Keith Lee come on out. Now, I wish Keith Lee would had a better chance in this match, but he lasted 3 minutes and 32 seconds. Then Braun Strowman came out, and he lasted 1:48 with Brock. So now we get into the people that Brock did not eliminate. Ricochet comes on out. He lasts 3 minutes and 9 seconds. And Drew McIntyre then follows him, eliminates him, and then he eliminates Brock Lesnar. So, or actually, eliminates Brock Lesnar, then he eliminates Ricochet. So, Drew McIntyre there. The Miz comes out, and then he gets eliminated by Drew McIntyre. He lasts 30 seconds. AJ Styles comes on out. He gets eliminated next, but we'll talk about that in a moment. Dolph Ziggler comes on out. Then we have Carl Anderson come on out. Then we have the return of the Rated R Superstar Edge, who eliminates AJ Styles. Then we had King Corbin come on out. Then we had Matt Riddle come out, and King Corbin eliminated Matt Riddle. Then we have Drew McIntyre eliminating King Corbin. So there you go. Then Luke Gallows comes on out. Edge eliminates him. Then Randy Orton comes on out. And then you got Carl Anderson getting eliminated by Randy Orton. Then you got Roman Reigns coming on out. Then Roman Reigns eliminates Dolph Ziggler. Then you got Kevin Owens coming on out. Then you got Aleister Black coming on out. Samoa Joe comes on out. And Seth Rollins comes out. Seth Rollins is able to eliminate Kevin Owens and Aleister Black and Samoa Joe. So those are 3 in a row. And then everybody basically turns on Rollins. And Drew McIntyre throws him over the ropes. And then it's left down to Orton, Roman, Edge, and Drew McIntyre. And Orton was the first one to go. Edge turns his back, throws Orton over the rope, says, hey, it's the Royal Rumble, man. Ultimate opportunist. And then we have a showdown between the 3. And Edge ends up getting eliminated by Roman Reigns. And then Roman Reigns gets eliminated by Drew McIntyre. And Drew McIntyre wins, coming off of a very hot moment where he eliminated Brock Lesnar. So that was a very good match. And in this Royal Rumble, this Royal Rumble was booked out perfectly. This might be one of the best men's Royal Rumbles we've seen in quite some time. I really did enjoy it. I really think that you guys probably did too. Very good match there for the men's Royal Rumble. The women's Royal Rumble was very disappointing. And a lot of the other show was okay. But this men's Royal Rumble definitely made the show worth watching in the end game. So let me know what you guys think of the show. Let me know what you guys had to think when the Rated R Superstar Edge came on back, as I said he would. Just saying. But let me know what you guys had to think about the Royal Rumble. Anyways, thank you guys. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.